Hi all, welcome back on my channel. Steven speaking. Usually you saw me, in the shop, and it's the place where I spend a lot of time. Today I am in my office, and I will share with you some setup I have here. Indeed, when you work on a CNC job and when you create some CNC, there is some mechanical things to do, some machining, some milling. It's what I do in the shop, but there is also some electrical things to make, and there is some PLC electronics. So I have a small lab, small electric lab just behind me, and I will show you this one. And you will see the kind of material and the kind of machine I have. It's a small lab, but it's very efficient for the needs I have. I can do pretty great things. I know that there is some people who have better electronics labs, but the purpose of this one is mainly to cover the needs I have for the CNC machine for the heavy duty. So I will flip the camera and to show you what kind of setup I have and what type of material I install, in this small lab. So stay tuned. So I turn the camera, and you can see kind of a better look regarding my small lab. So the first thing first, I will make a general turn to show you what kind of thing I have. So it will be more easy than to go into detail afterwards. So it's pretty small lab, but for the needs I have, it's very efficient, and on a very small place. I have a lot of things, and everything is closer to my hands, so it's very useful. So basically here it's my small warehouse where I have various type of components and like resistors and whatever. And also I put here in stock the sensitive material. So for example, here you have a a 5-inch HDMI display. I have the same one as a 7-inch. Here I have a power supply. Here it's a VFD. That's will go for the milling head. A lot of stuff, different kind of material I use during the design I made on the electronic side. Other type of things. So here I have a stock of components, and also some sensor, for example. You can see here. So it's a proximity sensor. So it's it will be used on the heavy duty CNC. Here I have a bunch of microcontrollers. So when you need to make some things, microcontrollers are pretty useful for that kind of job. Here it's some resistors, all the types you can find. The general resistors. So some wires here. Things to connect cables, small screen, LCD screen, I2C, to use to test things. Here I have a PC, with everything needed, keyboard, mouse, and so on. I use this PC mainly to program, the microcontroller. So in this area, I can do the work. I can be connected, with the microcontrollers, and also that I can do is to connect to the sensor. So I'm very close to the place here where I create, for example, such testing things. I use a lot of rapid board. You just have to plug the component inside. Also, you can plug the wire, make jumpers and so on. It's very easy when you make some prototype. And this type of support here is mainly made to to protect the component from electrostatic shock. So you can see here there is special connection, and it is wired to ground. So everything is wired to ground here. So this space is very useful to manipulate some sensitive product, and it avoids the electric shock. So and also I can make some testings, and so it's very useful area, and it's very very close to the programmation place. So I can make a lot of loops between this area and this one to check the things. So on the right side here I have a power supply. This one is a pretty basic one, but it helps for the 5 volts and things like that. 5 volts, 10 volts, 12 volts, whatever, and it's very easy to just have to plug the prototype board, for example this one with those cables, and it's on. On the upper side I have a combination of a hot gun here. This one is a hot gun. It's for a single mount component, and you can precisely set up the temperature you want, and it's very easy. And also the gun is very useful when you want to put some protection on cable for the heat shrink. It's very useful to have such thing. And this one is a basic soldering station, so I use when I need to make a more complex job. So for this I write also very close to the design space, so very easy to make soldering, heat shrinking, and so on. So it's quite a tiny space, but very useful. And here I have two matrix. Usually you can only have one, but if you want to have a current and voltage, you need to have two things. And sometimes you can also check, sort of resistors, continuity check, and so on. So it's useful to have at least two. And the price of such things not it's Chinese, it's Chinese things. It's maybe $30, so it's not a concern to have such thing. In the back here, so I have a main power bar, so I can plug a lot of things. So when you make some small devices, some small design, for example, you can use those kind of plug. So I have a lot of space, and I can also switch on, switch off half of the main to avoid the equipment being powered all the time. And the final things I use during my testing is those oscilloscopes. So I have two oscilloscopes. This one is a pretty old one. It's a used one. I bought it used. And when I start using oscilloscope, I saw that it was very great tool when you want to make some debugging, when you want to check some signal, when you want to be sure that the signal is in the right time. So it's a pretty simple tool to use for the basic function, but it's very useful tool. And recently I bought this new one. This new one is a digital oscilloscope, and the bandwidth, it's pretty high. I don't know if you can see here, but it's a 70 megahertz. so it's a pretty high bandwidth. It's made by Handtech, and you can see here the things that it's below $200. It's quite cheap for such things on the market, and for the needs I have, it's a very, very nice oscilloscope, and it go way over my expectation. I do not make very, very high electronic design, so for the needs I have, it's very nice, and there is a lot of function inside, so it's able to gauge a lot of things, frequency. It can make some addition, a lot of things. So very, very nice tools. And when I need, to check 4 channel, because this one is only 2 channel, I have those 2 ones, so I can check 4 channel at a time with let's say pretty basic oscilloscope. So very nice tool to have. But I know that there is other type of material that is way, way better. But the need for such a type of oscilloscope does not cover the needs I have. So this one is very good. And it's pretty done. So here I have all other pieces when I make a lot of things. It's pretty big PC, and you can see here my 2, and they are running a lot of things. I made a lot of design with those PC. I use CAD design, some cam stuff also, and here you can see my old camera, and the new one, the 4K, is the quality of the image is better. So thanks for watching. I wanted to share with you this small space and show you what kind of tool I can use on my lab, and I will share you further information regarding a project I will make for the heavy duty CNC. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.